Crazy to me that I get so many misogyny allegations, but I have so many progressive feminist takes that I've had since the dawn of time. Okay, one of them being, I don't believe, if you're a man, you should tell your girlfriend what to wear. Now, mind you, I don't think she should tell you what to wear either, but obviously it's much more of a problem when it's man to woman. Problem in the sense where it's much more frequent. Okay, like that's more so the bigger thing. Like I don't really see too much, women telling men what to wear. However, I will say that's more so because men in general don't dress more revealing rather than women just being more secure, because that's absolutely not the case. I'll talk about this more later, okay? But there's a lot of situations where like a woman, like she wants to wear whatever she wants, but if you were to wear something with your meat bulging or your meat kind of sticking out, bro, she might have a problem with it. Some of them don't think about that because they're just rarely ever put in that situation actually. But again, I'll get to that later, okay? I'm gonna give you some real world examples of things that I saw. First example, this Twitter post, okay? Fellas, can your girl go out wearing this? You know that meme where it's like, welcome to Twitter, a black person is gonna ask you a hypothetical question very soon. Always, okay? So see what she's wearing. Hold up, he says some things
Change that
right
shit.
here. I'm
Nah,
not gonna
turn
listen to
around.
it, but I'll let you do it
Turn
because I
around.
listened to it already.
See, that's weight. Your ass poking out too much. Go change that shit. You ain't going out with me like that. Go change.
Okay, full disclosure, he might be joking, obviously, but the sentiment's there. And there are men in the comments saying like, oh, I get it. So yeah, there's that thing. And then there's a situation of what happened with T Banks, okay? And before I really get into it about T Banks, because I'm gonna speak candidly, which y'all know I have nothing but respect for, bro. Like I like that he's like one of the only streamers who didn't like blow up off pretending to be mentally challenged. Because tell me if I'm wrong, I feel like a lot of specifically black male streamers blow up off just like screaming and like being like kind of like stupid, which is kind of like bad for the community. But that's not really here nor there, but let's check out the video, okay?
Ow, for his ass. My bit's better though. You think so? Go take that bullshit off.
This is shorts.
I'll take it off.
No.
No, Jay.
No, you're not gonna fuck up my outfit.
Go
I'm
take
sorry.
that shit off.
No.
Then you're not coming. You're not wearing that shit with a rip on your booty cheek.
That's how it came.
Well, you're not wearing that with me. And don't try to emasculate me on camera. Either you take it off or you can get the fuck out of my house. That's how I'm moving. Either you take it off or you get out of my house. That's your two options. Which one you picking? No.
I'm not going.
Bye.
I'm not gonna have a man choose what the fuck
Bye.
Fuck
You
that.
can say it then. Bye. Me and Willie will go walk out again.
Alright.
You're not about to try to emasculate me on camera. Who the fuck do you think you are? What a rip on your booty cheek, nigga. That's some shit you wear when you single. You don't wear that around me, man. You already know I'm already not like that.
So since when are you insecure about what I wear?
I'm not insecure, but it's just certain things I'm just not allowing to go just in my presence. I'm still a man at the end of the day. I'm not no bitch. You got me fucked up. I'm not a nigga that you been with in your past. Go get one of those niggas in. That's just not who I am. Try to emasculate. You know I've been like this. I ain't never told you what you can or can't wear, but I'm still a man. What the fuck do you think you are? Don't let that shit. Don't let the 40,000 TikTok hype you up. They get put back down. What the fuck do you think you are? Same way you was insecure when I had a section in DreamCon. Start looking at niggas on TikTok.
I'm not going.
You not going no more?
No.
Why?
I'm not saying disrespect. You're trying to like have people raising on me.
I'm not talking about you. You just assumed for no reason.
No, I'm good.
Literally, I wasn't actually just talking about you.
I'm good. You can go.
You're not going no more?
No.
Why?
Because like I said, you can go. You saw what the fuck I was wearing.
I didn't see. No, I didn't see that rip though.
I was wearing this the whole fucking time. But as soon as I go on stream, you
I didn't
Hold up, I just gotta say, bro, all this being on camera is crazy, bro. You gotta stop the stream.
see that. Hold on.
You could have been told me when I was in the bathroom when you saw I was already dressed.
I didn't see that rip.
Say, hey, like,
I don't
like those shorts off of stream. But instead you want to do it on stream.
I'm not doing no stream. I didn't see the rip there. I don't like the rip. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, bro. So apparently, allegedly, they broke up over that. Okay, and I'm gonna address both of these videos that we just saw. Whoops. Oh my gosh, trying to pause. Okay, the thing with this video, bro, is literally in no sense of the word is she dressing revealing in any way. The only skin that's out is her arms, okay? She's just built like that, for lack of a better term. Someone in the comments said, I mean, yeah, where is she supposed to put all that ass? And I wouldn't say it as like crudely as that, but like, where is she supposed to put it? In this situation, I feel like it's specifically unreasonable because what pair of pants is she supposed to wear where it's not going to look like that? Like, when women say, if you can't have a baddie, or you can't handle a baddie, don't like date a baddie. I hate when they say that typically because the thing is, being a baddie isn't about what you wear and the things like that. It's always been the narrative that like, oh, a baddie is just like an attractive woman. But now they're trying to add things like somehow it means like, oh, I'm going to go to the club. Like, oh, I'm going to wear revealing clothing. That's not necessarily what a baddie is. Like, oh, I'm going to post all over social media. I'm going to post a bunch of thirst traps. You know what I mean? Like, a baddie can be someone who just stays at home, has no social media, is an accountant and goes to work, bro. Like, that's always what a baddie has been. But now we're at a point where women are sexualizing themselves in that way. And it's like, oh, like this is what baddies do. But the thing is, if you can't have a baddie, don't handle a baddie. My thing is, don't date someone who has a large gluteus maximus if you can't handle those glutes? If your girl has large breasts, they're gonna look large in anything. You know what I mean? Like, cause again, she's like wearing pants. Like, this is something that she could wear to like a nice place. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very appropriate. Like, a woman shouldn't have to go out of her way to conceal her natural assets because they make you feel uncomfortable. Also, the weird thing about this, in my opinion, is the fact that, and I think it might be in the teabag situation too, is they're literally going out together. Like, I don't understand it in general. Like, even if she was just going somewhere by herself, like, I don't understand telling women what to wear. But it's like, bro, if you're literally with her, like, what are you worried about? Like, what are you worried your girl's gonna get like taken like in front of your eyes? You know what I mean? Or like some dude's gonna make a sly comment. And here's the thing about sly comments. I don't think that should be much of an issue for you. You know what I mean? Unless it's being fed into. Like, my girl's very attractive, right? When people see her, you know, like they'll comment stuff like, "Ooh, like that's our girl," or like, "Oh, I got next," like blah blah blah. Like, they'll say stuff like that, and it just like I don't care. Because here's the thing, okay? I'm gonna make myself big. I'm gonna make myself big because it's a very important thing to talk about. For one, I know she's simply like not going for that. You know what I mean? Like, I know I have nothing to worry about between like me and like these people who are commenting. And honestly, it's just more of a compliment than anything. Like, I know they're not legitimately serious, or at least I think they're not legitimately serious. Now, it'd be one thing if they said something disparaging or like derogatory, like maybe they call her like the B word or something like that, or like some, again, just any sort of derogatory term, then yeah, like that's something to be upset about. But all that aside, okay, my thing is, even if it did make me upset, even if they're like, "Oh, our girl's so fine," like when they say stuff like, even if I was somehow for some reason upset about it, a reaction wouldn't do anything than just make me look bad. You know what I mean? Like, it would make me look like I'm justifying the notion that I have something to be worried about. If I were to comment something like, "Oh, that's not your girl, she's mine, leave her alone," it dignifies a notion that she might be going for it. You know what I mean? Which she's not. Like, when I tell you, she has a problem with those comments, like far more than I ever would. Like, she literally she's like, "Oh, but like I'm not like their girl, I'm your girl." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Like, that's why I'm not mad about it." So I'm thinking, I'm like, bro, if that's the kind of thing that makes her mad, I'm feeling even more secure than I was before. So if you need like a green flag check, hey, like look for things like that. You know what I mean? Like, say me and her are together and like some dude like approaches her for some reason. Maybe he knows I'm her man, maybe he doesn't, maybe he thinks like I'm some like gay friend or something. And then like I'm like, "Hey, back off, buddy. Like, I'm her man." Like, that's, again, it just gives like, I'm worried that maybe she would go for it. Like, because again, if someone approaches her and I'm there, or even I'm not there, it's her job to just say, yeah, no. The same way, if women approach me, it's my job to say no. Like, I don't need her to like pull up and like curse out this woman trying to hit on me, or any man for that matter. Okay. Because the thing is, if you're that kind of person where you're kind of just like gatekeeping your significant other, right? Like, you make sure like you're the one who, like, someone like comes up to them, you're like, no, you know, you don't want people to see them, don't want people to make comments saying that they're attractive, blah, 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 blah. You understand none of those things matter if your partner is faithful to you and they're not going. Now, if they are going, bro, it ball up top, you know? Like, if you're dating someone who is going to do you dirty, there is no stopping that. Like, you gatekeeping, you telling them what they can or can't wear. Oh, you have to unfollow this person. That's not going to stop them from being slimy. And don't get it twisted. Obviously, if they're doing something that's crossing the line, then, you know, they're doing something that's crossing the line and they should be confronted for that. I'm saying this notion of like trying to minimize risk. It's like, you understand there's no risk if your partner is actually just genuinely faithful to you. Like, the way I view it, bro, if someone could take my girl, like if someone could like take her from me, I would prefer it to happen than like be the one to stop it. You know what I mean? Because it's like, if she's willing to be taken by somebody, then like that's not someone I want to be with, you know, and vice versa. Would I be hurt about it? Absolutely. Okay. But it would be better than being in a situation than me, like, unbeknownst to me, like, just hypothetically, there's some hypothetical guy that could swoop into the picture and completely like take me out the game. And I feel like a lot of people are of the mindset where it's like, oh, well, there's always a bigger fish. That's not necessarily true. You know what I mean? In the eyes of a loved one, like, I'm sure you've been with someone before where you're like, I literally don't want anybody but them. You know, situations where, you know, you hear about married couples all the time. There's no celebrity crushes. There's no hall pass. Like, bro, those hall pass people are so weird. And it's hard to believe until you're in the situation, but there are a lot of couples where genuinely they couldn't imagine being with anybody else and don't want to be with anybody else. So it's like, if you approach any sort of relationship from like the lens of just like if your primary goal in a relationship is to like just like stop them from cheating on you, like, you've already lost the plot. Okay, because then you can't focus on enjoying the actual relationship, because then you're just constantly worried all the time. And the thing is, if you lead the relationship with paranoia, it's never gonna end. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what they do, you can tell them, unfollow this person, send me your location all the time. If like, even if they do everything that you say, you're still going to be anxious. You're still going to find ways to be worried. Like, I've never heard of there ever being a situation where someone's dating someone and they're like, okay, I'm going through your phone, give me all your passwords to everything, block this person, unfollow this person, do this, do this, do this. And then after that, the relationship is just like smooth sailing. It never is. Because again, if you're an anxious person, if you're like that afraid of someone being unfaithful to you, you're going to be that afraid. So it's like you got to work on that mindset in and of yourself. Or if you genuinely don't trust your partner, like if you think they're being sketchy, then you have to leave. Y'all are setting yourselves up for bad relationships because your relationships are structured around hoping the other one doesn't cheat on the other rather than actual, love and care for each other. If you don't feel comfortable in a relationship, that's a problem. Okay, now as for the teabag situation, here's the thing, bro. These shorts, bro, they're not that bad. Bro, if this is what's deemed as a revealing outfit, bro, a lot of y'all have not seen the light of day. I'll tell you this right now, bro. I've been involved with strippers. I've been involved with models. I've been involved with women who just dress revealing just for the sake of dressing revealing. And like when I mean like revealing, I mean like essentially like going out in just like a bra. And of course, if they're stripping, they're literally stripping. And of course, models have to be in revealing situations a lot of the time. If you can't handle your woman wearing shorts like this, you are in for a tough battle, my friend. Like, wait till you see like women who pull up in like see-through clothing. Like see-through tops, see-through entire dresses. Women who wear crop tops that aren't like this, but are like this and show cleavage right here. You know what I mean? I've seen shorts shorter than this with rips. I've seen shorts where they literally like ride up like on the cheek. So you're literally like seeing like half a cheek. Like my thing is, bro, like again, with all due respect, that little sliver of cheek, what do you think it's going to do? And my thing is this, okay, what do you think it's going to do in the sense of, because people talk about like, oh, like respect, like other men are going to be looking at you. Have you, look, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But are you telling me that like, because, we've been outside, hopefully, and we've seen women wear stuff like this, right? Have you ever seen this little sliver of cheek and been like, oh man, I just got one over on her man? Like, I got to see it for free. I got to see the show for free. No, because that's barely anything. Now, in situations where like someone's girl has like an OF or something, a lot of men feel that way. But I feel like that's different. Like again, like when you're in public, like you're not, you know what I mean? Like he acts like, not he, a lot of men act like someone's gonna see this and like bust a nut off the rip, and that would be technically cheating because she made other men like bust nuts. It's just not really happening, bro. And the thing is, in this outfit, okay, and I'll say this for anybody, right? But in this outfit, if she's out there with him, nobody's gonna be looking at her, bro. Like nobody's gonna be looking at her that wouldn't have looked at her anyway. And that's an important thing to know, okay? A lot of the narrative is like, oh, they're gonna get attention from men, and the thing is, attractive women, which ideally you want to date attractive women, right, are going to get attention from men regardless. Like how many times you see a post where a woman's like, oh yeah, like I just went out in like my sweat outfit, like no makeup, and like a bunch of guys like hit on me. Like that happens. It's kind of disrespectful to your girl in the sense to imply that like she would only receive that attention wearing revealing clothing. You know what I mean? Her face card isn't enough to garner attention from men. You know what I mean? Like it's not crazy disrespect, but there is a slight tone of disrespect there, So in the sense of getting like true attention from men as far as being approached, again, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But if you're single, right, you're out at a bar, a club, do you approach a woman because she has her breasts out, her behind out, or do you approach her because you find her attractive? And the thing is, if that's not what it's about, if it's just about men looking at her, again, men are just gonna look at women. Like that's what men do. So it's like if she has a sliver of her ass cheek out, who cares? That's your ass cheek. You're the one hitting it. They're not. Again, it's like the thing about being worried about that is it pushes the notion that you have things to be worried about. You know what I mean? And I thought that's the undercurrent of the conversation that like no one like, I guess some women bring it up, but like it's never really brought up from the male perspective. It's like if you don't think you're gonna get your woman took from you, why do you care? You know what I mean? Like, do you want other men to find your woman unattractive? I doubt that's the case. Because I'll tell you right now, I could not date a woman that the vast majority of men thought were ugly. Like, I just simply couldn't. So the healthier way to view it is see it more as a compliment when your girl gets approached, when they're ogling over her. Also, not gonna lie, something about me, I would prefer them to like do it. You know what I mean? Not in the sense of even just like finding her attractive, but it's like, I want them to understand like what I have. Like my girl's body is T. I want everyone to know that her body's T. You know what I mean? Like, look at ASAP and Rihanna, bro. I mean, Rihanna has her ass out all the time. has her chest out all the time. Do we look at do we see ASAP as like some sort of like cuckold? Beyonce, not so much anymore, but there are times she always had her cheeks out. She was always dressing very revealing. Did we look at Jay-Z crazy? No, we were like, bro, how did Jay-Z even do that? And the reason people view it that way with celebrities in particular is because you know you don't have access to them. You know what I mean? In that romantic way. So it's like, you need to have that same mindset when it comes to yourself. Because the thing is, if they know that no one has access to their girl, what is there to be worried about when people see a little more cheek? You know how much men there are that are obsessed with like those types of women? Like there are men who like are like, oh, I'm Rihanna's husband secretly. Oh yeah, like fuck ASAP, blah blah blah. You think he cares about that? No, because he knows Rihanna's his woman, and like they literally have kids together. And like, you know, again, like men say like, oh, it's not about insecurity, you know, it's about respect, blah 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 blah. When you're secure, you're not gonna care about that sort of thing. The problem is, a lot of you feel like your girl is accessible. And when you feel like your girl is accessible to other people, you're gonna be a lot more strict. Like say like someone like threatened to like come to my place and like beat me up, right? If I'm scared of them, if I'm insecure in my fighting ability, I'm gonna be on alert. Okay, I'm be like very rarely leaving the house. I'm be looking around. I might like have a weapon with me. If someone who I knew I could completely beat them up with my bare hands says, I'm gonna come to your place and beat you up, I'm not going to change my course of action. I'm just going to be walking around. I mean, obviously, you know, nowadays you got to watch out for people having weaponry, but let's just say hypothetically, I knew they weren't going to bring weaponry. You see my point. You know what I mean? Like there's simply no reason to be worried. Okay. And again, telling your girl to change her clothes and she does it, I feel like is more of a red flag, because it justifies the notion that, oh, if I'm wearing this, I might do something. Or, oh, like wearing this actually is a problem. Because, you know what I mean? Like it justifies the foolishness. And the thing is, some women like that. Some women want you, I mean, a lot of women, to be honest. There's a lot of people in general. A lot of women want you to be worried about other men wanting them. Like that's just the case. I'll tell you, like there's so many women I've talked to where they like send me like their outfits before they're gonna do something, and like they're like, oh, like you're not gonna tell me to change? And I'm like, no. Like I don't care. Like, you know, it's that like they'll be like, oh, like, do you want me to wear this? And it's like, bro, do you want to wear it? Like, it's your clothes. Because I'll tell you this right now, you're never gonna tell me what to wear, bro. If I want to walk outside like in a Speedo alone, I will do that. In relationships in general, I'm very anti-control and anti-entitlement. Okay, so it's like, you're not gonna tell me what to do, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. Like that, like simple as, I mean, obviously outside of like things like cheating, of course, like yeah, like that, you're not controlling my life. But like those women, they'd want me to tell them to like say they couldn't wear something. I remember this one girl, literally I told her like, again, like I told her the thing, I was like, yo, like it's fine, like wear whatever you want to wear. And she's like, oh, but like, you know, so many men are gonna be like looking at me. And then like it got to the point where she was trying to like hype it up, like relish it, like that's what she was doing it for. And now that is weird. I remember I used to talk to this girl, like she was in some celebrity circles, like she'd go to a lot of like clubs and bars where like celebrities would frequent. And one time she was like, oh, I wonder what celebrity is gonna like hit on me today, you know, like what famous person is gonna hit on me today. And I'm like, okay, now that's weird. You know what I mean? Because it seems like you're like looking forward to it. Now, thankfully, like that wasn't someone I was in a monogamous relationship with, but like, nah, like that's definitely not something you would say to me. Like if she said that to me and while we were in a monogamous relationship, it would be done. So yeah, if they're like weird about it, like they're doing it intentionally. Like I remember this one girl, like she used to like post like revealing stuff on her story. Like if we got into like an argument about something and I'm like, okay, like, yeah, like this is very weird. In general, bro, if she just like looks good, bro, she wants to show off her body, then so be it. And the thing is, I feel like the reason a lot of men have problems with that, and look, I'm not trying to sound like a femcel, okay, but like, just like take it from me, like take this with a grain of salt. I feel like because a lot of men aren't built that same way. Like I feel like there's a lot of men who are just like straight up like built normally. You know what I mean? Like this is me. This is me. I feel like I'm built pretty good. Like I like this, like right here. You know what I mean? I'm a big fan of it. Don't get it twisted. This is not me like giving a whole like, oh, like I'm built better than you type thing. You know what I mean? Because there's men who are built better than me who have like stronger arms, you know, stuff like that. You know, just stronger like stuff like. So don't get it like this is not glazed for the sake of like rubbing it in. But like you know how you'll see like men at the gym, like they'll be wearing like those like cut out like tank tops. They'll be shirtless all the time, you know, stuff like that. So it's like I feel like a lot of men, like if they had stuff to like show, like they would absolutely get it. You know what I mean? At least for them, you know what I mean? Because if I was like, okay, I'm gonna wear this, and then my girl, she would never do this, but like if my girl was like, oh, you can't wear that, like don't wear that, like it's too like what are you trying to do, like you're giving everybody a show, blah blah blah, there would be like serious problems there. Because it's just like, I look good, I want to like look good publicly. Looking good makes me feel good. So it's like I want to wear this. It's like personally I just like the style of it, you know? Oh yeah, by the way, speaking of style, bro, someone asked me to like make a video talking about like fashion, but here's the thing, I don't know the ins and outs of fashion. Like obviously I have my own like thing going on, but like, bro, if you want me to make a video about drip, then hey man, like let me know. But do you see what I mean overall though? Like, big moral of the story, you gotta be secure. Okay, and if you have nothing to worry about, then you shouldn't be worried about what she's wearing. Oh yeah, but also I did promise to talk about this later. Here's the thing. Again, the reason, like, you know how I said like most men aren't, the thing, okay, something I will say about this is the bar for men being in like really good shape is much lower, no, much higher than for women being in shape. Like, if a woman doesn't have abs, nobody cares. You know what I mean? A woman can even be a bit on the bigger side, and like people will still say like she's built well. You know what I mean? Which is completely fine. Like, I'm not complaining about that, so to speak. But my point is, men with like the BMI of like these kinds of things, you know what I mean? Like that, like they kind of like look like this, aren't seen as like as physically desirable. I mean, unless someone's like into like dad bods, but they aren't seen as physically desirable as women who probably have the same BMI. You know what I mean? So it's like there are a lot fewer men that like are in like thirst trap shape, you know what I mean, like when it comes to the body, than there are women. But I will say, like I mentioned earlier, I'm sure there are women where if I was dating them, they would have a problem with me posting something like this. You know what I mean? Like they would be like, oh, like what's all this about? If like I was wearing like super tight pants, you know, my meat was like bulging out, I'm sure they'd have a problem with that. The thing is, I've known women like that, you know what I mean? Like before, where they would just be like, oh, like, why'd you post this? Like I used to post like shirtless pics all the time, like on Snap, like back when Snapchat was the main thing. And by the way, this is when I was like a teenager. But like they were like, oh, like why'd you post that? Like why'd you post this? Like, you know that like we're talking. Like, oh, I saw this. You can delete it now. So it's like men get this reputation for like situations like this, like, oh, like men are so insecure, men are so insecure. When it's not really the case. The case is that people are insecure, but women are rarely put in this situation. But again, the answer to everything is just be secure. Trust your partner, okay? Man, you have to have faith in your partner so they can have faith in you in return. Because having faith in your partner is another form of respect. And if you don't have trust and you don't have respect, you do not have a very good relationship, and you should work on that. But anyways, that's the video pretty much. Thanks so much for watching. State of affairs. I'm working on 2 music videos, not like music videos, but videos about music. They're just taking longer than expected. When those come out, they're going to be like very long. Like one might be like 2 to 3 hours, and the other one literally might be like 6 to 7, if I'm guessing right. So yeah, those are things I'm just gonna like work on continuously over time. That's why this video is so late, because it was like I was trying to record it and I was like, bro, I'm not gonna finish in time. But then, you know, I got this topic, I saw that thing on Twitter, and I was like, okay, now, and then I remembered the T-Bank stuff. I was like, okay, yeah, I can work this. So yeah, I'm still maintaining daily uploads. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate you guys watching. Like, comment, subscribe, everything I have to say. I'm so sorry, and I love you. Okay, have a great day, night, evening, morning. Oh yeah, one more thing. I know I mentioned the thing about the fashion that someone said. Always recommend me more topics. I always appreciate them, because sometimes when I'm running late, it really helps me when like someone asks me something and then I can make a quick video about it. So yeah, keep that in mind.